Well, hello, Kingsman. Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. This is a 3v3 as far as I can tell. There was a Lord's and Patreon's extra person, I think, on both sides. Yeah. So it's a 3v3. And on Gina. And as you can see, the Prussians versus the French. There's 3 Prussian armies, 3 French armies. I think 11-point Lons, 10-point Soult, and 9-point Ajuro. Now, Prussia did start here, but they immediately fall back, which honestly I've never seen a coalition army hold right here, but I guess it could be done. But no, they're falling back as they wisely should. There's going to be a ton of French troops, probably just going to mob them if they try to hold. But they're going to cover the retreat. They have some dragoons and some heavies covering probably infantry, artillery and that such. I think they have some skirmishers in the house as well. Yeah, we have some skirmishers here shooting at the French cav. They're going to force them to fall back a little bit here. The rest of the French army, though, is steamrolling as fast as possible. They need to get there as soon as possible. They want to put as much pressure... Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. They want to put as much pressure on the Prussians as possible before this Prussian army way in the back here, way over here, can reinforce. Now, usually with this map, what ends up happening is a coalition falls back and holds this river. They put artillery up. They use this road as kind of a network for reinforcing. And then they hold right by the town, and then it's usually a shootout, artillery on both sides firing. It's pretty messy. We'll see if that happens today. We'll see if the French can make a decisive attack, or if Prussia can make that epic defense that is perfectly well placed with artillery and infantry to hold off the French, tenacious as they are. So, you know, if you have a second, you can always hit pause, go get yourself a drink, some food, or just kick back and relax and enjoy this battle. I don't know what happens, so let's discover that together. I may have to fast forward, we'll see. I think the Prussians did have some... This is probably a squareable... This is a grenadier unit. And they're going to be holding up in the front. Ooh. Dismounted the French just by zooming in on them. Like I said, they're going to be defending, though. This is a retreat, and it does matter how you retreat. You can easily muff it up because your artillery moves very slowly. You could just all of a sudden realize your artillery in general, both very slow, are in the back, and your cavs up here, your infantry's up here. Enemy cav would charge down and just destroy your whole career as a general. You would never be allowed to... well, never be allowed to do any of that stuff. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of let's see here. What do we got over on this side here? We got some I don't even know what kind of troop that is. What is this? Is this a light cav? This looks like light cav. Like a Schatzer Cheval for Prussia, basically. But yeah, Prussia is massing up some cavalry over here. Maybe we'll see a cav fight here. I don't think France really wants to take it. France actually only has Chasseur Cheval and some Hussars. Hussars being probably their heavier, weightier cav unit. And in fact, I do not think they even brought a lot of cavalry to begin with. I mean... This is all the cav they have. And Prussia is going to commit here with some of their heavy cav. Unfortunately, France got caught napping here. And, wow. How about some good Chasseur Cheval? They broke this heavy or dragoon unit of Prussia. This is the thing about cav games, guys. If you're not winning it, just pull back. And in fact, don't commit tons and tons of cav. Don't keep throwing cav into an engagement. That just makes it way worse. And yeah, you can see Prussia actually has heavies as well in the battlefield. So this is going to kind of be the Achilles heel. Oops. The Achilles heel for the French. They're going to have Prussians throwing heavy cav against their lines. I don't know how many squares they usually have. I think they have a decent amount, but not all of their units can square. Yeah, so I mean, Prussia's got to be very tactical too. They could ruin their cav on squares. They could also, you know, totally decimate the French army. I'm gonna probably fast forward here because I think. Oh, don't tell me Prussia's gonna commit to a cav fight. You never. So rule of thumb: you never want to throw your heavy cav in the front. Artillery is just going to focus down. Skirmishers, infantry are going to volley it. Everybody's going to focus on it. It's like, you know, a Star Destroyer in a galactic battle. You know, I don't know what this... What are they shooting at? That was weird. All right, so we're just going to see France basically forming up in a line of battle. Prussia, actually, look at this. More and more Prussian infantry forming up here. I am so confused as to who is scouting all this. Who is literally scouting all this infantry? I don't... What? This is not right. There is a player on the French side that has some exploit they know to be able to see, unless these guys are running, but they were just standing still. Even this whole army, they... Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's Prussian cav. Yeah, they should not be able to... What is... They're shooting at something, and I don't even know what at. Unless there's an exploit where the LOC causes this. But this is very weird. Very weird. I would be a little concerned. Oh, we have cavalry just getting volleyed by the French. The French are pushing up here. Very odd. They should not be able to see all of these troops. They should be hidden still. That's odd. Maybe one of you knows why this is happening. But, I mean, the element of surprise for Prussia, it's not even there. Not unless the French or positions also showing up. No, it disappeared again. I don't know. I wish I could tell you guys what that was about. I don't know. But still, that's a disadvantage now. Prussia's position is given away, and France knows exactly that there's reserves here, there's lines along here, and lines along here. They know where the heavy cav is. Yeah. Not ideal. It's like you got a balloon up in the sky. And you're able to see everything. But France is going to form up here. They do have their artillery pushing up as well. We got some Fusiliers. Look at these guys. While we're just waiting for them to actually form up. Let's do an inspection of the troops. Some more Fusiliers. Quite a lot, actually. Alright, that's where the artillery is hitting. As you can see, already taking out a couple of the French troops. They're going to move away and not let the artillery find another shot. So France seems to have their better quality, if I'm understanding this correctly. Ooh, wow, that even plowed into this line. It seems like the better quality troops are in the back. I'm assuming these Fusiliers are probably way, way better when it comes to shooting. We do have another French army. Soult in the back. He's going to have to... Man, it's all being laggy. What is wrong with this? Alright, that's definitely a misclick. You'll probably fix it in a second. They have artillery firing as well, and they are going to be... Forming up somewhere. I don't know. I gotta keep fast forwarding here. Nothing's happening, guys. I can't talk my way into nothing happening, you know? I gotta have something to talk about. But yeah, Soult has a solid line here. And he's probably going to take the right flank if I were to guess. Artillery forming up. They're probably deciding where to put it. This is a dangerous place to be, though, because you know Prussian artillery is firing. If they hit one of these guys... One of this artillery piece, it's going to be over. You can see they're blindly firing too. They're almost using it to kind of scout their enemy position. If they see any dead troops, they know they're there. But France isn't pushing whatsoever, and they need to. LOC advantage is not in their favor at this point in time. The two-pointer is way over here, and then there's nothing in these towns, I don't think, but there is, you know, stuff way back here, something way over here. Yeah, so they don't have much at the point. They need a 2-pointer in order to actually win. They have these points technically, I guess, so they have 3 points. But now it looks like Salt is going to go into the tree line, and they're in advance. Like I said, I have done this advance as France. It is not a very fun advance. Wow, how does this keep happening? I am so confused. It's like they're making all the enemies fire. Look, these guys are all firing. What is going on here? And once again, they know the position of the enemy. Is it an LOC that's screwing this up? Is it this? Because I know LOCs can be buggy sometimes. Filtiers. Weird. So weird. But both sides are just just sitting here. This is not a normal NTW3 battle. Usually there's people advancing, plans being formulated, and stuff happening. I don't know if they're just going to duel this out artillery-wise, but if that's the case, then this is going to be a very, very, very long battle. Because artillery actually isn't that effective, but no one's moving. Which is why I'm assuming this is maybe newer players. I feel like more experienced players usually are pretty aggressive, because I think that's the best thing, and it works best in your, it's the best way to fight, is to be attacking. You carry momentum. I should make a whole video on why I think you should be attacking. Unless, of course, there's obviously some instances where you shouldn't attack. That much is obvious, but usually being attacked, like in this kind of position, attacking is always better. Now, yeah, this whole Salt just sitting here in the forest, he should at least be strung out along here to be able to react. Walking through the forest to take a long, long time. Allied general killed. Oh, okay. Well, that'll settle that matter about the lords. Patreon. But France is advancing down here. These poor troops are probably gonna come under heavy artillery fire. But both sides are throwing artillery around like it's freaking gold. Or not gold. Like it's grass. I don't know. I don't know what a proper description. They're throwing it around like it's cheap. Like it's made out of paper or something. But Prussia, I think, is going to just hold their position. I think they are very happy with their position. And, I mean, they have the LOC advantage at this point, so why would they? They have some excellent artillery, and just to listen for a second, you can hear the artillery roaring constantly, almost. Yep, artillery is dominant on this battlefield, to be sure. I mean, it's constant artillery fire. Every couple seconds, there's some artillery piece firing. This is unreal. Actually, I'm just realizing, like, this is not normal for NTW3. There's usually not this much artillery firing in a battle, but this is crazy. This is because both sides are ready to go. Both sides have had a chance to form up. Both sides have their artillery placed where they want it. And both sides are firing at targets they want. Now you see France is getting hammered here by artillery. If he doesn't do something, he's losing men. He's losing morale by just standing here in front of artillery. You don't want to do this. You got to either make an attack or retreat, because standing here in a line is giving free kills to the enemy when your guys aren't even fighting. So this could be disastrous. Now they are pushing into the town finally here. They got some of their 24th, the 24th, the 101st, or 105th. Yep, Prussian troops back here waiting. Looks like we have some of the grenadiers. Some skirmishers now finally opening up fire, so this battle is kicking off. And actually, I apologize, guys. I need to make sure that... Oh, never mind. I had the right sound. And we do hear some regular volleys. So finally, this battle is opening up. Both sides are happy enough to start this fight. Now, Prussia needs to be cautious. This road could easily be an avenue for France to roll up, bayonet charge them, and smash into their line, especially if they are formed up. The nice thing is we don't know where those Prussian reserves were going. They could have shifted on this side. They may have shifted into the center. Skirmishers are firing, but they aren't even visible yet. We do have Solt pushing down the hill. And Prussia, looks like they were shifting some troops over. I think Prussia should be trying to scout here because these guys are hidden. If Prussia had some cav just scouting this side, you can always pull them back if they, you know, start getting shot at. Prussia is going to hold this river, and France, they're sending 3 regiments against a whole Prussian army. And these look like they are grenadiers, and actually these are some Saxon troops potentially mixed in, and they aren't firing, probably because they turned fire at will off. So hopefully they realize that. Oh, here we go. We got some volleys now being exchanged. Solt should maybe advance to defend the flank here. Maybe they're going to wait and let Prussia think they're winning and they aren't using any troops here and they're going to fall him over, then he'll push. I don't know. Just speculating what their plan may be. More of the French soldiers here. Lannes is shifting over a lot more of his troops. Ajuro as well. So maybe it's a feint. They're sending 6 total regiments to the center. Maybe this is like a sacrificial fake attack in the center to force Prussia to form a lot more troops up here, thinking they're going to bolster against a massive attack. And then they'll hit both sides with Solt and Lannes, supported by Ajuro, attacking that flank. We do have skirmishers, though, that are pushing up here. So Prussia is almost going on the offensive, at least trying to wear down the French before they get close to the lines. We see more reinforcements pushing over here, so France is about to throw the full weight of their army on some flank or another. Prussia hopefully going to return fire pretty soon here. Please tell me you're going to return fire. Don't give them free kills. The nice thing is that artillery is going to be damaging to the French. These skirmishers also are going to just wear down that French line. And not like they're going to get tons of kills, but the morale damage. Now Prussia, it sounds like they may be marching troops. They do have artillery set up.
Sir, our general is under attack.
All right, where's Solt? Where is he? Ajuro. Where's Lannes, for that matter? Did any of them bring a general? There's Solt. Maybe artillery was trying to go for him. But this is definitely going to be a mobilization, and it's going to take a while, guys. I mean, and that's pretty realistic, actually, to real life. Like, half the battle, maybe marching to the right position. Napoleon did it quite a lot, where he would just outmaneuver the enemy. So it wasn't like he was even fighting most of the time. He was just marching, and rapidly as well. You can see he is sticking his squares on this side. Not a bad decision. He also has his hussars ready to meet the heavy cav if they try to put some weight on the French line that's attacking. I do see, or don't see, a whole lot of Prussian troops here. I do see artillery shifting themselves over. That could actually be a very good move on Prussia's part. They have artillery set up in the center, in the front lines. Not my favorite. I would have rather seen the artillery back here. That way, you know, the cav has a lot more trouble, because I guarantee at some point France is going to charge down and probably take out this artillery piece with some cavalry once the battle is raging. Man, these poor French, look at the destruction. They are just getting slaughtered. It's okay, dude. Just don't get up. Just lay down. It's better. Like, it's even hitting in the back lines of this carabinier. So you're good. Quality melee infantry getting hit pretty hard. France was advancing. Looks like they're actually going to fall back. as Prussia is pushing up reserves here. So this is that Prussian army pushing up. At least they know where it is, but this Prussian army could start exerting some weight here. If they throw themselves in, France can't fall back forever. Now, they may try to just stand their ground. They have no artillery support, though. Yeah, they're going to have to stand their ground against a combined cavalry, infantry, and potentially artillery assault that Prussia's going to put on them. In the center, still not a regular line fight, guys. This is kind of more of a skirmish of sorts because no one's really shooting that much. Now, there is quite a lot of Russian dead from artillery here. Wow. Man, they've killed a lot of Prussians. Good artillery piece. Sold still has not attacked. Maybe he should roll down this side, get up. I would almost roll down to this road right here and push across and then attack the flank because Prussia's probably still sitting here. They probably still have artillery sitting here. That's going to be a rough one. There's that artillery for Prussia, so it's setting up, ready to go. Prussia could even like leave a gap right here and push some line infantry on the flank here and just try to curve the French, force them back in a hole here. Now there is a very large artillery position for France here. Oh yeah, these guys are gonna hopefully help win this battle just by punching some massive holes in the Prussian line. All right, sorry about that, guys. I apparently had something playing in the background for a second there. Kind of scared me. I was like, who? But yeah, the French are gonna, like I was saying, actually I don't know what I was saying, but the Prussian artillery is now set up and they are gonna start decimating the French. Oh my goodness. France can't stand here and take this. They can't. They have to push forward. They're gonna die if they stand here for too long. I mean, they have not really inflicted any losses on the Prussians over here. Maybe they have. I don't know. This I feel like they've inflicted a little bit of losses here. If Soult can push up and nothing attacks him, then you know that Prussia's been bamboozled because they switched all their troops over to this side. But right now, I mean, I'm ready for some regular line fights. Somebody just go and tell Azuro to just push forward and attack or fall back. It's one or the other. Now, let's see. Like, look at this. They can see these guys. These guys are... Oh my goodness. This is almost really, really sad to see. Oh, and a general, Azuro. No, he lost his general. How massively unfortunate for him. That is a huge loss. Especially since his troops are the ones taking such heavy artillery fire. Oh man, don't stand here. These poor men. Yeah, both sides are being too passive, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt because everybody's playstyles are different. But, I mean, you can't hope to let your artillery win the battle. You have infantry for a reason. You got to push them up. You got to attack. Prussia technically does. I mean, they're going to start taking a beating too. So it's who can take a beating from artillery the most. Now, see, Alonso is going to fall back here. France, maybe he's going to attack now. I mean, that's all it's going to take, guys. Push up a little bit, get some volleys. Oh, Russia's just going to fire at almost point blank range. This artillery's gonna get canister out. Although Prussia doesn't seem to be firing yet. We do have some cavalry over here, so some hussars trying to be all sneaky, but they're definitely gonna get toasted. You can see this artillery is already starting to waver. Prussian troops haven't even started firing yet. And that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt them. Maybe turn fire will back on. Well, this is a perfect example why you shouldn't turn it off. Your troops may not even realize you've done it. Yeah. So just make sure you keep it on. And if you do notice it, we'll quickly rectify the situation and tell them to start firing. So right now, France is getting some free kills here. Although they have broken... Oh, man. This artillery is basically winning the fight single-handedly on this side. I mean, these Prussian troops are firing. And these guys are probably going to start taking some heavy losses standing in the front lines here. Russia's even shifting troops over, maybe, or shifting troops away. Someone needs to tell this Prussia that he is. Oh, it's gonna drive you. Oh, we have a cav charge going here. I hope these guys start firing though. Let's see if they can make it. These guys cannot form square. Oh, beautiful cav charge here. So they are gonna try to fracture through the French flank here. Can they go in for a flank? These guys can't form square. I don't think they're gonna do it in time. And France may lose their cav, but they have caused the French to waver in their attack here. Now we do also have finally Azura pushing on this side. Soult is pushing up. Prussia was still waiting for them. So we'll see if this turns out to be a bloodbath that France is going to advance into. I mean, there's only 22 minutes remaining in this fight, guys, so it's not like there was a lot of fighting here. Which I am sorry, maybe I should start watching more of these replays. I don't know. The losses are pretty high on each side. So in Prussia, as you can see, is returning fire here. And these are some of these are just fusiliers. Some of these are actually light infantry. And I'm surprised they haven't tried to pressure these guns a little more. This artillery position really has hurt the enemy. But here we go. We have a cav charge as some chasseurs cheval are finally going to try to get rid of this artillery position, and it's going to work finally. It is gone. And we have a bayonet charge. A huge grenadier column is advancing here, so they are going to try to throw the Prussians back. Let's see if Prussia can actually get a shot off. Oh, they may have timed this beautifully. Oh, all right, so they still got one little shot off, but still, it's over. Prussia is getting hit pretty hard along this whole front. Throwing in the reserves, artillery really hammering them. Looks like the Prussian general has routed. We do have some cav charging over as well. Oh, these guys are gonna fire. Oh, okay. Ah, they broke them. All right, so France is taking some a beating here as well. You can see.
Men are running.
Yikes! Some cavalry charging in against the French. You gotta watch. You gotta be very vigilant on the battlefield here, because this is a problem. You're gonna start losing troops along the flank, and it won't matter. Now Prussia is massively breaking. You even have some cav charging in once again, trying to rout the Prussians once and for all. They can easily start mass routing Prussia here. That's what Prussia is very, very weak at, especially with that grenadier charge. Now, you can't do this in... You can't do that. And I feel like I have to address that too, because I did it on a battlefield. I threw 2 troops against 1 French. I was playing France against Russia in the stream, and I threw 2 line infantry against 1. And that's considered blobbing. You can't do it. So if you see me do it and you think it's okay to do it, don't do it. And that's what France did here. They threw like 3 troops against 1. That's an exploit, and it's very, very bad. Now, it looks like Prussia maybe just throwing away their cav here, unfortunately. Maybe they broke some of these French troops. Who knows? There's more push up here, which is why he's forming squares. France is gonna push some cavalry and maybe try to take this Prussian artillery. It looks like they are winning in the center, though. Prussia does have some reserves. They're going to push up here, see if they can't make a bend here. But at the same time, France is just getting obliterated by the Prussians. Prussia has just chipped away at this flank very rapidly. The center, France isn't really pushing. I think they're focusing almost entirely on this flank. Cavalry went in for that artillery position and broke it. We also, looks like we have some heavy cav now engaging. I would like to see this heavy cav maybe being used against the French in the center. Now this, you can't do either. This is what I did, although it was on a road, but I'm not trying to justify it. You can only charge one line infantry against one line infantry, and you can stagger it so you could like maybe have one charge in from a flank. But Prussia will not win this fight because it's just so much mass, two fighting against one.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, but yes, they are charging in. Oh, what a beautiful charge by the heavies. Prussia kind of counter-charging. Wow. That is a glorious charge here. Now, Prussia is... basically, it's a racing game. Who can break the other first? And I think Prussia's got this. They have just broken 2, maybe 3 now. French troops here. Now, we do have more Prussian troops fighting in the corners here. Yeah. Prussia trying to commit here, defend. Oh, Soult is getting beaten back. He's wisely falling back, though, as he does not want to take a mass route on this side. He wants to wait to see how the rest of this fight goes. Russia is winning quite decisively now. They are throwing in. They have grenadiers pushing in. That heavy cav played such a huge role in this fight and was able to just break the French line. Now France has 2 troops left, a grenadier and a combat gen. But Prussia is still on this side here. They do have some cavalry pushing up. I don't know. What are these? Some guards, some like light infantry trying to fight against the Prussians. A cav charge though in the back may seal victory on this side for France. And the rest of the French troops here, there's a couple. Some of them are coming back. They should reform here. They're charging grenadiers who are basically shooting them to pieces. And then counter-charging. Maybe they'll win.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest.
They'll win. Barely, but they will win. Probably I think these grenadiers were probably exhausted. But some heavy cav, unfortunately, is going to hit you, and you can't form a square, which means it is over, unfortunately. Now, the Prussians are going to try to probably outshoot the rest of the French. That is the only side that seems to be, you know, kind of back and forth. In the center, Prussia has managed to actually staunch the bleeding a little bit. Blank with Soult taking some losses. They are going to fall back, and Prussia can then attack or reform troops in the center, because besides pushing in on this one corner, France doesn't seem to really have made a whole lot of progress, and they just mass routed. They do have 2 line of tree way back here, very tired. He's going to probably have to rest them. If he advances them, they are going to basically whiff their shots because they're exhausted, or they're going to break immediately because their morale is exhausted. They have been running for quite some time here. Now, Prussia is doing the wise thing. He is just standing here. His men are able to rest. That's the wise thing to do, guys. Just don't march your troops around. Just wait. The rest of Prussia is going to be pushing up in position. Hopefully, Prussia does not attack over here. In fact, it does not look like he is. It looks like he's actually going to shift over troops. So that is a very good call here. 15 minutes remaining, and France still has to take some LOCs here. Mainly this one, actually, though. I think they've almost taken it. There's no one in this. I would throw, like, this 59-man unit in here and hold. Prussia's pretty weak over here. Rest of these troops maybe a little bit and then push. But France is actually totally falling back. He's giving up all this ground that he took. Oh, there is some French, or there is some There's still some Prussians in this LOC, so they haven't even taken their LOC advantage. They just seem to be super concerned about this whole flank at the moment. And more of the troops have come back. This was Lanz, so he still has his general as far as we can tell. The artillery is shifting up towards the front of the line. I think they're going to try to use it to drive off the Prussians, inflict some losses, as Prussia does not have a lot of artillery at the moment. Are they in here? Can't tell if they're in here or not, or if they're trying to go into there, but they gotta hold that 2-pointer in order to win. Oh, we have some French cav roaming around. In fact, I think it took out some artillery here for France, which is a unfortunate series of events. I missed it with all the fighting, but yeah, you can see that artillery is now empty, vacant. And Prussia still has a heavy cav, at least one, and you saw how terrible that was. Now France does have some cavalry sitting back behind, so they're able to scout a little bit, see what the Prussians are up to, see if they're going to try attacking anywhere. I'm surprised Prussia's even attacking here. They should stand maybe on the defensive and maybe just hold this 2-pointer. Oh man, look at this cheeky little cav right behind the Prussians, and they're gonna charge in behind them. And these guys are exhausted. Maybe don't charge in. Maybe wait till a pivotal moment and just rest your cav up. They're gonna break.
Our men are running, sir.
That's unfortunate. So in the future, if you have cav returns and is in the back exhausted, just leave it standing there. They will be able to do a lot more just scouting and resting up, and then at a pivotal moment, maybe when you're committing to a melee, throw that cav in. Just that little bonus of hitting them in the rear could be all it takes to break the enemy. But now we have yet again another stagnant combat here that France is losing, it looks like, against Prussia. Prussia can shoot better, guys. And now they're going to fall back. If they fall back too much, they're going to lose all the ground that they won in the very beginning with all those. Ooh, that was a nice artillery shot. Let's see. These poor Garens are probably going to get shot up by the Prussians. Let's see if the Prussia can actually get a good volley off. Nice volley. Now Prussia is going to return fire. It's actually going to fall back. Hold on. Hold the phone. Something's happening here. We had some cavalry charge the French line. France countercharged. There's some line infantry that are shaken but are still in this fight. With France having their artillery in the center, this could actually really help France win this, as Prussia is going to start getting aggressive here. The psychological warfare of artillery hammering your lines. Oh, these poor infantry. Execution. And I think France has almost been put. Yeah, France has been pushed back across the river. Imagine how. That's crazy. Both sides are like hiding around the corner from each other, like they don't want to, you know. This guy right here, he's like, I can barely see them. He's hiding over there. They can bayonet charge him probably and do real damage. Oh, France. Here we go. Prussia's going in for that bayonet charge against these grenadiers. Honestly, France grenadiers is probably going to be the better quality, and they are fresh. 10 minutes remaining, guys. Yeah, France wisely gonna get themselves out of there. I mean, if you're not gonna try committing to this 2-pointer, just fall back, because this house is just gonna be a haven for Prussia to hang out in. And then again, Prussia has not taken any of these other LOCs yet, so it's 2 on 2, so 2-pointer for both sides. What a long battle. That unfortunately wasn't a lot of action at the very beginning. Even now, like I said, this is what happens when I think when both sides are a little too hesitant to actually attack. And then, I mean, you can attack and totally fail at the attack, and then, you know, it may have been better to sit and wait, but, you know, everybody starts somewhere and everybody has different play styles. So I'm not going to try to sound like I'm trying to just, you know, destroy someone's play style. Looks like Solt maybe is going to shift over. Actually, Solt, if Solt pushed right here, or even pushed right here, with Lons in Azuro, they could take the 2-pointer and then hold it. And they don't have to go anywhere else. They have artillery to force back any Prussian attack over here. In fact, look at this artillery position. Just totally blasting the Prussians to bits. Russia should, like, fall the troops back to this area and hold it. We do have some Chasseurs Cheval fighting some light cav of Prussia. They have to win this. Because if not, then Prussia's going to go and... oh, they're going to mutually break. Maybe not. But they had to win it. The artillery position had to stay there. That's the only thing that's saving France, I think, right now, is the artillery just being able to hammer the Prussian lines. And that's yeah, kind of the whole gist of this battle, I guess, is the artillery's been kind of taken over. Prussia's actually been able to utilize their infantry, though, especially in the second stage of this fight. You can see they have really been able to outshoot the French, but the artillery is just terrible. Shoot, fall your infantry back and roll across here with the Prussians. Like, whatever was over here, just roll across and try rolling their flank. Standing in front of artillery is never conducive to your health of your soldiers. And you see these guys are getting just constantly hit by artillery. Oh man, these poor Saxons. Poor Hessians, if that's what they are. They have some grenadiers, maybe bravely gonna go in. Maybe. France is pushing back across, so they're gonna go for the 2-pointer. I think they realize that is what they have to do. They do have Solt pushing across his reserves as well. I think Prussia's gonna lose this, though. They are standing in front of the artillery, hoping they can win this fight. They are not going to be able to. You see Cav charging the backs of the Prussians as well. I think France is gonna exert everything they have. They're also fighting out in this field as well. Unfortunately, the cavalry wasn't nearby. There was a square 2 that was formed. And France is going to try to send in the line infantry, try to beat back the Prussians. Ooh, this one's getting actually rather close. These grenadiers taking on the Prussian grenadiers and a Saxon grenadier. Both sides not wanting to break yet. Oh, France has been repelled for now. Not over here, though. They seem to have one over on this side. Now the regular volleys are going. Oh, man. Prussia. They gotta do something about this artillery. They can't win if this artillery is here. They have a lot of reserves, so it's not like they are gonna lose right now and it's no use. Like, shift this cav over and go for that arty. Even bayonet charge. I mean, that's better than these guys just standing here. But now Solt is here, and they're going to push up their reserves. They're going to try to push the Prussians out of the city. It's lagging. I think this LOC will be a little buggy. Potentially. But you see, Prussia is shifting over more grenadiers. They had quite a lot of them. Do we have a bayonet charge? Yeah, but we do have Solt pushing up line infantry to support a push. Let's see if they can get a shot off. Can they get a shot off? Oh no! What? Oh, they broke. There's a general in the front lines for Prussia trying to inspire his men. It's being super just glitchy. Oh, there's Prussian artillery firing. So Prussia has set up their arty, and they are firing. But I think they're gonna start losing here. I think France is taking this LOC, and I think with Solt reinforcing, I think this fight will be a Imperial win. Oh, they're canistering this Prussian line. Not sure where this artillery is going to start firing yet, but oh, Prussia is just getting carried away. Unfortunately, they don't have anything on that side. They need to fall back. There's nothing to gain from fighting this side, but they looking pretty weak. There's only 3 minutes though, so long as France can take this, have they taken it yet? Looks like they're trying to. You can see that they have like infantry trying to go into it, telling them to push into the town, but I don't. Prussia doesn't have it though. That's for sure. Prussia's not in there, so they have 2 LOCs, although Prussia looks like they may be rolling over. Why can they see the Prussian troops? This is weird. They're going over to take that LOC, and who knows? Who knows what other LOC they are going to try to taking. I don't think that anyone can take this house. See, they're trying to take it, but they can't. I'm going to say that they took it, because they definitely have... Hold on, I can play here. They definitely have it. Like, they're around it. They have troops trying to go into it. It's just a glitch. So they have 3 points to 1 point of Prussia, unless Prussia has troops somewhere else. It's going to be a victory, probably, honestly, in the fields and LOC-wise, because France was winning this. Now let's see if they get a juicy charge off. Nope, squares are formed. This may be it for the heavy cav. We have 11 seconds left. I'm just going to fast forward at this point. Yeah, so, man, the artillery was brutal for this fight. This one was sent in by Solt, so Noob the Pro. You can see the losses and kills actually aren't that high or low. Although one Prussian player, one French player got the most kills, then everybody else was kind of staggered. 800 and then 6 and 5. So pretty even, matching each other up. Not sure how the Lord CPU got 3 kills, but okay. Yeah, all right, that is the battle. Like I said, sorry if it dragged a little bit, especially at the very beginning. If you want to, you can say what they shouldn't do, and I'm sure I do the same. Not in any way meant to slam anyone. Everybody starts somewhere, and everybody's play styles are different, and everybody's at different levels. I still make some pretty crazy strategies that I don't think actually work. So I hope you enjoyed, though. I enjoyed, for the most part, watching, minus having to skip to all the good parts. So that'll be it today. You guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.